Hey family, it's Regina. Welcome. This is your first time. Welcome back as always. Glad to have you here. Today we are continuing the march to 100. There can only be 100 bottles that go with me on my journey to Italy. These are the shelves that I will be going through today. So let's get started. But as I like to say, welcome. First up, I want to go through my Demeter line. And if you're not familiar with the Demeter fragrance library, basically these are one-note wonders that you can use to mix and layer and create your own crazy combinations. And they come in some really interesting fragrances. And this first one is Orange Cream Pop. I can imagine it's going to be like those orange sodas we used to get when we were kids. And yes, it's kind of my fragrances because some of these are actually useful for sweetening up. Ooh, there we go. This is very much like orange soda. What was it used to get from the neighborhood ice cream truck? It would be the orange and the vanilla inside, the white inside. Never mind. Apple Blossom. And I don't really remember this one. This reminds me of Eden Juicy Apple. Not as juicy, not as sweet, but there is that hint of a fresh, red, delicious apple. And so if I were to use this, then I would basically take something that has an apple note, but I wanted to make more apple, I would use this with it. I don't tend to wear these singularly. I know this one's waffle. I'm going to expect that it smells like waffle. They have really wide sprayers. I don't know if you guys can see that. Really wide sprayers. Long lasting? No, not really, because they're a cologne. Now this does have a very chemical waffle note to it. That may even have gone bad, to be honest with you. That does not smell good at all. Caramel. This is one of my favorites. Not as much. After 6 or 8 hours, you may have to top it up again. This is very sugary, very burnt sugar. I got this one because I had some fragrances that had caramel notes that I thought just wasn't sweet enough, wasn't caramel-y enough. And I got that, and it really did take them over the edge. But I have another one that in my Middle Eastern grouping that I prefer, which is the Cerati Royal Musk Caramel Toffee. I prefer the caramel toffee one. That one, just love that one. That will last pretty much 8 to 10 hours. Iced berries. It smells like a mint candy. Don't have a whole lot of hope for that one, you guys. Champagne Brut. I have some of the Body Work champagne body lotions and body gels. I think I got this because I was trying to make Don Rosa and Don Rosa Meliz work for me because, they have a champagne note. They didn't end up working for me. So I'm not really sure why I would keep this one. I don't get, maybe a Prosecco. I get something very candy-ish here. I would not consider this a white sparkling wine. It may be a Bay, a sparkling rosé. Merchant of Venice, blue tea. Not only do I love this design of the bottle, I also happen to really like tea notes and fragrances. Not that I've worn this a lot, and I'm not really sure why. Definitely a black tea, a nice firm tea scent coming straight off of the stick. And then there's something possibly floral in there. It's not a firm, hard and fast, just tea. And there's no fruit to me. There's a hint of a floral. There's something that almost makes it seem herbal, almost kind of like drying paint. I know that sounds weird, but that's kind of how that's coming off to me right there. Tea, floral, drying paint. So the herbaliness. Goyokura. I just love the bottle, and I tend to be a fan of Japanese styling. I'm going to go with maybe there's some more tea in here as well because it has that Japanese temple. Oh, this is a milder tea, maybe a green tea. I don't get a hint of floral in here. This is just a very simple, light tea scent to me. I didn't get anything that would say that was remarkable. Red Potion. Now this is the Murano collection, so that's why these all look like beautiful Murano glassware. I had said earlier I was going to stop doing 3. I forgot. Ooh, this is so nice. This is a fruity one. There's something a little sharp at that first spray, but otherwise I get fruit. I'm going to go with raspberry. That's how that comes off to me. It's very much a fruity raspberry with just a little sharpness. Could it have lychee in it? Queen of the Night. This is another that has a BR540 DNA to me. So maybe there's some saffron in here. And then it gets incensey. I'm moving more into a baby cat. So let me say that maybe there's pepper and all those other incense items that are in Baby Cat, and a little bit of like bug spray. You know how I feel about the bug spray. This gorgeous bottle with the peacock emblem is Imperial Emerald. And that is one of the things I like about this house, is they're just the bottles of works of art sitting out in your vanity, sitting on display in your closet. Just going to be beautiful. Woo! This comes at me hard with floral. Woo! Okay. Probably could have done one spray. Lots of floral. There's some iris in here for sure. It's a little powdery. But there are some other florals in here that I don't like. And I'm sort of frowning, but let's go with like lily. This poor guy, as gorgeous as he is, may not make it. And Delusion Soul. And I think this one is the one that's probably one of the most well-known, most popular. You know, it could be representing a sunset or the Mediterranean, or sunset in the Mediterranean. This to me has a vanilla and an amber to it. I don't get anything else. This is a very vanilla forward fragrance in my mind. I see why it's the most popular. The Gold Regatta. This is the only one I have in this style of bottle. I'm not really sure if this is a different line or what they're trying to imply. I much prefer the more stylized bottles of the Murano collection and whatever that is. So let's see. Oh yeah, you're right. Caught that. Just two, you guys, just two. This is weird. There's a salty note here and a sweet note at the same time. It reminds me of Olympia. Yeah. So there's a salty note. Maybe there's a C note here too. That's kind of all I'm getting on this first spray. Let's let those dry down. I'll be back. We'll do the rapid round. Here we go. Demeter Orange Cream Pop. No. Demeter Apple Blossom. No. Ice Berries. No. Champagne Brut. No. Waffle. No. Caramel. No. Merchant of Venice. Red Potion. Yellow. It smells similar to something I know I have, but I don't know what it is. Blue Tea. No. Gayakura. Yellow. Imperial Emerald. Oh yeah, that's beautiful in the dry down. Yeah. Queen of the Night. No. Gold Regatta. No. Smells like cucumber. And Delusion Soul. Definite green. No recap necessary, guys. 4 of the Merchant of Venice are staying. Everything else is going. Thank you for being here. What do you think of my choices? We'll see you in the next one. Cheers.